Hey guys, so I kind of want to walk you through one more time how to do a constructor response using the ACE format. So to review here, you answer the question. You always do that in your own words. You answer the question. So you're going to use some of the key words in the question. You're going to cite 2 times. So you want to use the words exactly from whatever it is that you're reading, whether that's a short story or an article. And then you're going to go back and explain in your own words, and you explain by looking at your answer and how it connects to your first piece of text evidence. Put that in your own words. Then you're going to look again at how the answer connects to your second piece of text evidence and put that in your own words. Okay, so that explanation part is really for you to show how much you know. Okay, so I have an example in front of us. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how I got here. So the question I used was, what kind of person was Mr. Lasher? So I need to answer that. I answer in my own words. I chose to use a character trait of encouraging. So Mr. Lasher is an encouraging person. I answered it. I'm done. Those came from me. Those are my words. That's my opinion. Okay. So now I need to prove what made me think that he's an encouraging person. And me just thinking about the story overall, I want to find 2 pieces of text evidence that show that. So I chose, and I took this directly from the story. In the story, it said, comma, quotation marks, because it comes from the story. We don't need tough Negro boys. So, period, quotation marks. That sentence came directly from the story. And then I need a second piece of text evidence. So I have, it also said, comma, quotation marks. He put him in charge of anything that needed a leader. Period, quotation marks. And those are in quotation marks because, again, it came directly from the story. Then I'm going to go ahead and explain this. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the answer I chose, the encouraging person, and I'm going to use the first piece of text evidence. We don't need tough Negro boys. Those 2 things, how are they connected? I put that in my own words. So in my head, I'm thinking, well, I think Mr. Lasher said this because there's a type of stereotype about young Black men, especially during this time period. So I think Mr. Lasher was trying to encourage him to be better than what maybe some people thought because of his race. So I put that in my own words. This shows that Mr. Lasher was trying to tell Walter to be more than what others could think of him because he was a Black boy. That's pretty much what I just said. I'm just writing it down now. So that's me explaining my first piece of text evidence and how it proves the answer. Now I need to prove my second piece of text evidence and how it proves the answer. So I went ahead and said, based on up here, him putting him in charge, how is that proving that Mr. Lasher is an encouraging person? So I put Mr. Lasher tried to encourage Walter by making him a leader, like with the reading groups, because he knew Walter was smart and just acting out. This all shows he was trying to be a role model for Walter. So what I did again, I answered, I cited twice, and I explained in my own words. So that again is how you do a constructive response and ACE response. You can use mine, that's fine, but please understand how to do this. Now, I did tell my other classes when I was going over this with some of them that if you would like to do a second one for extra credit, which some of you truly need, you can do a second question on here if you're in one of my regular classes. Okay, so you can do a second one. If you are in honors classes and you would like to do a third one, because they have to do 2, you may do a third one for extra credit, and you would just put it on the same page. Okay, that is again how you do a constructive response using the ACE format.